Up next, we have the Vikings Cowboys game, and the Cowboys are favored by 2.5. Both teams coming off a bye. The over under is 55, and the Cowboys are leading the league in yards per game and points per game this season. The Vikings, though, are putting up definitely very good fronts. Every game that they're losing is close. Every game that they're winning is pretty impressive. On the Vikings side of things, D.D. Westbrook, Busy Johnson, Anthony Barr, these are all questionable guys. Well, for Busy Johnson, he's on IR. And then on the Cowboys side, lots of big names that are questionable, like Trayvon Diggs, Dak Prescott. Michael Gallup looks like he's coming back from IR. But on this game, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Matt first. Matt, what's happening? Cowboys, Vikings.
This game's going over. Cowboys are going to cover it. Trayvon Diggs will come out on crutches to catch another interception if he has to. Dalvin Cook's going to have a great game. He's going to be due for a fantastic second half of this year. You're obviously starting. I actually think Thielen has a huge week this week from a fantasy standpoint, mostly because Diggs will try his best against Jefferson. At the same time, as good as Diggs has been, he reminds me a little bit of how Marcus Peters played with the Chiefs, where, yeah, he's getting all those interceptions, but the Cowboys are like the 28th worst pass defense in the league. He's not exactly a lockdown corner. He's just a very opportunistic corner. Start all your Vikings, start all your Cowboys, and be ready for a lot of points. I don't know, Tyler. I think this game's pretty simple on that end. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you nailed it, especially on Trey Diggs. Trey Diggs is one of those guys that he's a good corner, but I think the thing that's throwing quarterbacks off is his breaking speed on the ball. I don't think he's necessarily shutting these guys down and make it to where, they're not even close to open. He gives just enough space to where he baits these guys to throw the ball. If you look at most of the top corners in the league, they're basically not getting interceptions because they're not getting thrown at. And Trey Diggs, it's kind of the opposite. He's getting a lot of opportunities to get those picks. With that being said, he's really the only major bright spot on that defense. And on the Vikings side, the only thing that concerns me with the over-under is both of these teams prefer to hand the ball off. I think the Cowboys have come to the realization that their defense is so bad that they just have to throw the ball anyway. But I think both these teams want to hand the ball off. With that being said, I'm gonna take the under. And I know that's crazy. I see both of these teams wanting to hand the ball off a lot. It just makes it go fast. It doesn't mean it's not a high scoring game, right? This game could still be 30-24 and go under. I just think 55 is a really high under. I think it gets really close, but just barely doesn't get there. And I've got Dallas covering the 2.5. I think they're a much better team this season than we've seen in past years when they've started to get hyped up. I think the emergence of CeeDee Lamb makes their offense a lot less one-dimensional, where if the run's not working, Dak's just having to air it out to guys that are B players besides Amari Cooper. So I'm going to take the Cowboys to cover the 2.5, and I'm going to take the game to go under. But yeah, I think you nailed the fantasy options. If they are somebody that you would start any other week and they're on either one of these teams, you start them, including Kirk Cousins, who I love as a stream this week.
Yep, I actually agree. I picked up Kirk Cousins this week. I actually spent up a little bit just to make sure that I got him because Lamar's on bye this week. So I just don't see how this game isn't a high scoring one. I'm going to take the over, take the Cowboys as well too. Pretty much unanimous when it comes to the Cowboys on this one. Yeah, Cowboys are just a really good team this year, and coming off a bye. They're also 6-0 against the spread. They're 6-0 coming off a bye as well too. Traveling to Minnesota, I don't think that phases them. Trayvon Diggs is an absolute animal this season. Their defense looks actually really good too. So I'll take the Cowboys in this one. They're a much better team. Start everybody. Have fun watching this game. It's going to be a good Sunday night game.
Yeah, Sunday Night Football is unanimous across the board when it comes to taking Dallas. And then in terms of the over-under, I'm on the overs. Thank you for listening to this little highlight of the 2-Minute Drill podcast. If you want to follow along to other games, here's a playlist for you. If you want to listen to the show in its entirety, show links are in the description. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.